Ladies and gentlemen, how are you? We're back for the late show. Good to be back. A Niners win. Niners win in Seattle on Thursday Night Football. Very interesting. Hell of a game near the end. Niners defense really stepped up, and rookie running back Isaac Guerendo for like what was it, like 90 yards, almost to the house, but went down just before the red zone. Very interesting. Uh, we've been waiting weeks for him to like bust out a long run, and he finally did it for like 90 yards. It was very interesting. All right, good to see you all here. By the way, good to see you all. I was going to show you some more stuff out of Milton very quickly. I wanted to show you that police station because it's so bonkers what happened to it. I'll see if I can find it. You just got to be careful. Of course, it's a daytime here. I do have a delivery about 10 minutes away, so got to keep an eye on it. All right, let me show you this. Let me grab this story. It's from live5news.com in Florida. And I want to show you what happened to that police station. There you go. That was that damage I was talking about before to their police cruisers. Let me pause that noise. Yeah, it looks like spaghetti. Look at that. They're like some sort of red iron beam. I don't know what type it is, but some sort of metal strut or support. And this tornado just lifted it all back and turned it into spaghetti. Never seen anything like it before in that part of the country. You can see actually the storm behind them when they pan in that direction. The storm is right there. This is when they've only just passed it. So, hey, good to see you. Good to see you all. Hey, Gambler, Marilyn Landis, Mamma Mia, Moonlight View. Good to see you all. What does this say? Oh, some little kids are doing like a charity thing for the hurricane. It's very cool. They said here a tornado associated with Milton severely damaged a structure at a sheriff's office in Florida. They say St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office and Sheriff Keith Pearson said in a Facebook video a structure that housed the agency's patrol controls, okay, was hit by a tornado. And they said it's a 10,000 square foot facility where the tornado hit. They said they are manning mangled support beams. So that's exactly what it was in that photo, support beams. And they just look like it was made out of Play-Doh. That's how severe that tornado was in St. Lucie area. Pretty crazy. Let me see if I can find the other one. There was another one that hit a set of homes. Here, let's go to WPBF.
100 homes were damaged there. Steve?
Felicia, that's right. And still some homes here in Avenir without power, quite a few, in fact. And crews are still assessing the damage here. But also right now, people are still trying to process the scary sight they saw yesterday, an EF3 tornado ripping through the Avenir community, like you said, Felicia, damaging about 100 homes and sending at least 2 people in this community to the hospital.
This new viewer video from Tina and Ben Nar shows the tornado going over their home. Luckily, their house was spared from major damage. However, other homes and structures in Avenir were not as fortunate.
It's heartbreaking. All of our amenities were destroyed. So, that's the heart of our community. And so it's for us, it's heartbreaking to see that happen. And people's homes are just lost roofs, have rocks embedded in their inside walls. I mean, very scary.
From damage to roofs and walls, to cars flipped over, and even a dumpster on a roof. The Palm Beach County Fire Rescue Chief earlier describes what his personnel saw during Wednesday's devastating tornado outbreak.
My firefighters tell me it looked like a war zone. Damage everywhere, power lines down. They knew immediately it had to be a tornado.
Palm Beach County leaders say the cleanup process will likely take weeks, and while hundreds of structures were damaged throughout the county and at least 7 people altogether injured, county leaders are thankful the results were not worse.
Palm Beach County was tested, and we met the challenge. From our firefighters to our law enforcement, everybody was here, our shelters. We have had no loss of life from this horrific weather episode.
And in Palm Beach Gardens, city officials are asking people to try to avoid driving on the roadways if you can, because it'll give city crews more room to operate as they try to clear the roadways of any more hazards.
So let me show you where that information comes from for the like EF3 and all that. So the National Weather Service has a website called their Damage Survey Viewer. I think I've shown it before a long time ago, but you can come here and you can go to different parts of the US, but we're gonna focus on Florida. And if you go down here, it looks like they've only just started uploading the information, but you can see some lines here. I don't know what does this say? It looks like this might be just their starting point for some of I'm not sure what this is. I thought this might be original damage survey tracks. This might be, and this is what they're starting with, like the areas they're going to search. But if we head down here, you can see some tiny little dots down here. This is where they've been today, having a look at some of the damage surveys here. We've got 1 point of reference so far, and it says a 1 or 2 story residence, and it's what is the EF scale? EF3. There's that EF3 tornado, and if you open up these little images, it shows you what point of damage they are rating for the EF3. This is someone's home in the area. Check this out. This is what they found on the damage survey. This is someone's property. Their home just looks like something you see in Tornado Alley, like in Kansas or Texas in May, not in Florida in October. But this is, so according to their damage survey viewer, this is their point of reference for EF3 damage, and this is only one. Normally when they do this, you'll get hundreds of data inputs along the damage line. So you'll actually see the path, and eventually they'll show you how big it was, how thin it was, when it was at the widest, diameter, things like that. They measure it. So you'll actually see different points of reference as they upload it. Being that it's only 1 day since they've been here, I'm not surprised that there's not a ton on here. They have another one that says they found EF3 damage about 2 streets over, uplift of roof deck and loss of significant roof covering materials, 20%, collapse of chimney, garage doors, collapse inward, failure of porch or carport. And that was a couple of streets over from that, from the EF3 damage. Oh, we might have another point up here. What's this? Low-rise building. Here's another EF3 point that they've uploaded here. You can see, look at this hole in this roof, someone's roof here. What does the notes here say? EF3 damage, uplift of lightweight roof structure. And then we've got another one here. Large section of pool structure removed. Walls, most walls remain inside. Okay. Here's another home. Wow. It just doesn't even look like it. Doesn't even look like it should be there. It's so, look at the ground too. This poor guy put in a whole bunch of like lawn sod, and it's gone. It's all been ripped up. All it's very expensive to put this type of, you get it in rolls and you roll it out and you kind of put them in little squares everywhere, and then you water it and it kind of grows into the ground. and you get nice grass. They do it on housing estates and things like that. But this is another EF3 damage point that you can see very, very, a lot of damage. Look at that roof. Look at this home. Doors blown in, no windows, roof completely mangled. No ground left. Took up all the soil too. I mean, took up all the grass. Really, really significant damage. Let's see if we got any other data points. Looks like they've only uploaded 3 so far, but like I'm not blaming them. They've got limited power and there's other things happening in other parts of the state. Let me see if I can show you one from earlier this year. I wonder if I can. Start date here. Let's go back. Let's go back to April. Submit. All right. Let me take you over to the plains and I'll show you. See, like you can see how many hundreds of storm tracks there are for actually we'll make it smaller. Let's go April, May, June. Let's go to June 31st or June 30. Just make it a bit easier to scroll around. So let's go down here. Let's go down to a big tornado that happened down here. So this is what it'll look like in a couple of days. Do you see what I was telling you about width? And they show you the different widths of where it was the most intense and where all the damage is. And this is sort of how they do it. So in a few days' time, maybe a few days to a week, it'll look like this. What was the maximum intensity for this one? EF3 by the looks of it. So we get down to street level. Oh, we might have to go up a little bit. Sometimes it's a little janky. It doesn't show you everything. You have to kind of go in and out. Okay, EF3 damage. Here's one from earlier this year. So this is someone's shed or, I don't know, a carport maybe. You can see that mangled beams up the top. Very similar to what you saw in the police station. Very similar. It took all this sheet iron off and then mangled the beams. So very, I wish it would, yeah, there we go. Oh, actually, this is an EF4 tornado. Here we go. So let me, look at this, nothing left, just the bricks. What does it say? Destruction of engineered and or well-constructed residence. Slab swept clean. EF4 designation. So this was a home. This was someone's home, and this is what is left. That is what is left out of an EF4 tornado. There's a truck there, look. Someone's car. Can you even tell me what part of the home this might be? Like, I can't even tell you. I can't even tell you what this is. What location, what area was this place? What town was this? This is Barnsdall. Oh, this is the Barnsdall tornado from earlier this year. This was a massive tornado that went through. Barnsdall is in what state, Ping? I don't know. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Must be Oklahoma? No. Yes. Sorry, my geography is really poor. Yeah, northern Tulsa. So you head out of Tulsa, head into the country. It's up near Barnsdall. This was that massive tornado we followed. It was a nighttime tornado. There was a guy who got picked up from his home, and I'm not sure if they ever found him. This happened really late at night, but yeah, it was very dark when this tornado went through. Ended up affecting a lot of people. It was very, very dangerous. EF4 tornado went right through town. I remember we played some videos back then. So this was the storm track for afterwards. I'm not sure how wide it was, but you can kind of see on the map at its widest point. It sort of kept its shape for the most part. You can see down here, it actually started quite skinny, but very severe. It was on the ground. And even here, what rating is this? EF3, very short distance from where it touched down to just over here, already doing EF3 damage. And by the time it made it into Barnsdall, it was doing EF4 damage. This thing was an absolute monster. And to happen at nighttime too. So there's a bit of an example of what you'll see in the coming days in southern Florida. Here's another little one down here. Quite a wide tornado, a little wide wedge tornado by the looks of it. It even had a little friend here, see? So it had this giant wide tornado here, and then maybe like an anticyclonic or something that happened off the edge. You can see here, what was this? EF2 tornado, very wide tornado, that one. You can see some of the EF2 damage that particular one did. Probably out of the same system. Yeah. Hey, the cat lady. Ping, we in Florida are doing better than expected, but no matter who believes it is global warming and climate change. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're doing better. Yeah. I think we did that one on when it was happening live. I think I was following it on the radar for you. Yeah, I just wanted to show you the sort of what you can expect over the coming days as I upload more data into the system. But yeah, because right now there's not very many, not a ton of tracks down here. But that could be because there's not a lot of power or whatever. Yeah, it's loading really funny too. I think there's a bunch of people from the National Weather Service probably trying to upload things and change the map. So if we reset. Okay. See, this is what it does. It gets a little weird. Yeah, let me just refresh. Gets a little funny when you start playing with the dates for some reason. Oh, thanks for that. Yep. Let it catch up. There we go. I think these might be the original paths that they're thinking of. So it looks like at one point, if these end up holding true, over near the lake here, you had 2 tornadoes that actually crossed paths here. If these tracks end up holding correct, they look like they crossed each other's path here. You can see they actually went through each other's track. But these are maybe not perfect. I'm going to say these are very early estimates, possibly. There's no information. I just have a funny feeling these are early. Okay. Yeah, they might be early estimates. If they did cross each other's track, that is very, very interesting. So this is that area where that EF3 went through, actually. What would you call this area? Sandhill Crane Drive. Let me look that up. Sandhill Crane Drive. Sandhill Crane Drive. Lakeland? No, we're not in Lakeland. We're in like Miami. Miami. Green Acres? This is that location? Let me have a look on the map. Sandhill Crane Drive. Yeah, it does look like that's probably the location. Okay. So it's showing here. Let me just double check on my other map. Does it look like that? What's the opposite street? Seagrass Way. Do we get a Seagrass Way? I don't. I'm not sure if that is correct. It looks like it's sort of the right area. West Palm Beach. Great. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. All right, so it must be down here. You see there's a lot like a housing community here with these lakes that Floridians love. Floridians love these giant lakes in their housing estates. For what reason? I don't know, but they're very pretty. But this is the area where that EF3 went through. So you can see a lot of residential, ton of residential houses, unfortunately. So there you go. Just wanted to show you a bit of the damage surveys happening now for this particular tornado outbreak in the south of Florida. Yeah, you love the canals. Hey, Natasha, how are you? You have one coming? Let's have a look. Let's see what the National Hurricane Center. Do you guys have anything to worry about right now? Doesn't look like anything to worry about right now. Milton is a post-tropical cyclone now. Looks like he's gone away. But you have Leslie. Where's Leslie going to go? Oh, she's not even going to come close to America. She's off into the deep Atlantic somewhere. Although these little islands here might have something to worry about, but not you guys. You guys are all fine. Something over the Cabo Verde Islands. Okay. I think it's quietened down a little bit. It's quietened down a little bit. You guys have, there's the remnants of Milton all through here. And you have this little one and then this Invest over here. So I think you guys are okay. Look for Nadine. All right, let's have a look. Nadine. NHC tracking potential tropical storm Nadine, but where is... Oh, okay, so that is the Invest over here. So this is what they're going... If this turns into a hurricane, this will be called Nadine over here. It's this one here. It only has a 30% chance of formation. It says recent satellite wind data show that a broad low pressure area with winds of 30 to 35 miles per hour has formed in association with a tropical wave located southeast of the Cabo Verde Islands. However, the system's shower and thunderstorm activity is currently poorly organized. Some additional development could occur while it moves westward or west-northwest. So they're saying it'll move across there, move across the islands tonight and Friday. By Saturday, upper-level winds are forecast to become less favorable, more shear, and further development is unlikely after that time. Regardless of development, localized areas of heavy rain, gusty winds are possible across the portions of the Cabo Verde Islands tonight through Friday. For more formation chances through 48 hours, low 30%. Formation chances through 7 days, low 30%. Sounds like to me, and what I know, is that they are not extremely confident that this is going to do anything, as it's moving into what we call a less favorable environment, probably some sort of like upper level shear or poor warming environment. So you're not going to get any of that nice, warm, moist, tropical waters to help fuel its growth. Even if that is there, it may run into a like a wind system that's not compatible. Hold on, let's have a look. Let's go to windy and we'll head over and see what kind of upper level systems are doing over here. Okay, so this is the system right here. You can kind of see the low pressure system. So if we do like an L like that, it's wrapping around this center, this little dark blue bit here. So when we're doing weather, we always write an L, even though I can't write on here, but you do just, yeah, little L, that's your low. And it's moving around that low pressure system. But I see what they mean. You have these other winds coming in from this direction here, which will, as this tries to move either east or northeast, or no, northwest or northeast, not northeast, northwest. Ping, you got to say the correct things. Once it moves up here or over here, it's going to run into this, and you actually have winds coming from the northeast here, and you actually have remnants of another low pressure system up here, and the remnants of Milton over here, plus whatever this is. I think this might be either another low up here or an X something or a trough. I can't see the synoptic map right now. But you've got all these competing different systems, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you've got this tiny thing here that's trying to get going, but it's going to run into this. It really doesn't have very favorable conditions. If this was all clear and this was like, just had some thunderstorms or, a cold, like a cold trough or cold front or something like that coming across, which that's what that might be. You would have maybe more of a chance, but with all these competing systems that are already more advanced than what this is. Any direction it moves, either if it tries to move westerly over here or it tries to move north, it's sort of running into a buzzsaw. It's not really got great conditions for it. Thank you. Oh, Web Sleuths, did she mention my show? Thank you, Trish. For people that don't know, I worked there for many years, and late last year I left and started my own channel. So I was there for since she started that YouTube channel. I was basically with her up until late last year. So, and I'm still on there. I was on there the other night. What was it? Wednesday night, Thursday night. I was doing a show for her on there. So we still do stuff, and she asked me for help quite frequently for different things. So we're still friends, and we still talk, still help each other out. Yes. Ah, thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate you finding my channel. If only we could get a little larger of a viewer base. I'm sure we will at some point. So yeah, so there's your little breakdown of why this has such a low percentage chance of amplifying. It has a little bit of room, and I'm guessing that's why they're giving it a 30% chance. It does have this little tiny bit of space here where it could try, but it would really have to start getting a lot more organized. Here, let's turn on weather radar. Will it give it to me? It won't give it to me. It's too far away. Let's see. Let's see how this thing moves. See if we get any tightening of that circulation or not. What we call getting more organized. Yeah, it's okay. Got that L there. It's a lot of upward, what we call like upward advancement. So it's making thunderstorms, and they are going up, but you're not really getting a lot more of that spin, and it's not coming together as easy as some other hurricanes or tropical systems do. Yeah, it's all right. It's got a bit of growth here, a little bit down here. Like they said, though, a little bit there. You see these high tops coming up. Little bit. So these islands I'd be worried about. Are these called the Verde Islands? These ones I'd be worried about as this moves up here. It would have to show, I think like it says in their instructions, they're the smart ones who get paid a lot of money. It would have to show more organization and structural changes and looking more like a hurricane or even a very early one, a tropical, not even a hurricane, a tropical system. Looks more like that. You may get more organization, more explosive thunderstorm development, that type of thing. Hey, Hella, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you, brah. How's it going? How'd you have a good show today? I hope you did. Yeah, I let's have a look. We can go over the greater US. Let's have a look at that very quickly. Then we'll go to some true crime. I have some other headlines I want to read. So let's go out. Let's have a look at the systems impacting the US right now. Let's play this through. I got stuff moving in from the west here, but I don't think that'll have anything too much to do. You have these. This is your Milton over here, sort of here too. No, I just think it's this stuff up here, and sort of there's a little bit here too of that other hurricane. I just think it's sort of getting crushed right now. It just doesn't have a lot of room. I mean, it could go up here. This is fairly clear, but the winds show us that the stuff from these systems are coming quite far south. Yeah, I think that's just what it is. It's sort of trapped in a dome here. we'll see if this clears out for some reason and this can survive and get into this better conditions and away from all this stuff up here. That's where the 30% comes in. I mean, it could move south, but it's going to end up in Georgetown and wherever this is, some other country, South America. There you go. So no, I think not likely. It could, but it's got a very small chance. You having internet headaches? I'm on the NBN. I'm on the gigabit, like 1000/50. It does get a little bit like this sometimes. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's a little laggy. Just depends. Yeah, let's do that as the last thing out of Milton for tonight. I'll get you an update, and then we're going to go to true crime. Let me grab you a quick little update video from one of the not that one. I'm trying to find one that was like from tonight, but it's like the national news already got bored and moved on. Let's go to KCRA, and we'll hear from what local resident on the island went through. Not the island, it's a peninsula.
The damage after Hurricane Milton. Joining us live now is Matt Baldwin. So, Matt, you spoke with us yesterday after evacuating from St. Petersburg. You had your wife and your animals. Tell us, what are the conditions like right now? What are you dealing with?
Hey, how you doing, Lisa and Andrea? Yeah, thank you so much. We got back around, say, 2:30 and dropped the family off, and then I wanted to go around the neighborhood. Huge trees that are down. I'm not sure if you guys caught word of the Tropicana field roof that is no longer there. A huge tower of one of the big condos fell off and ruined one of the buildings, the Johnson and Pope building downtown. That area was blocked off. So I went around a lot of the neighborhoods because I'm in I do real estate, and I wanted to see some of my clients' homes. So one of my clients was in New Jersey, and a huge tree, power line, blocking a street. Huge another tree went on the side of the house, and luckily just skimmed the side of the roof. So their house is okay, because I just told it to them in like 6 months ago. I talked to an officer. I think there's 10 fatalities so far of Milton. So it's a lot. One of the sidewalks down by the Vinoy Hotel, which is like one of our most beautiful areas, and the traffic was.
Those death tolls have risen now, unfortunately. Let me grab this, Milton. Last I heard it was like 16, but 31 minutes ago. Let's have a look. It's interesting, that number keeps fluctuating, which is not abnormal not abnormal in this type of thing. You'll get news and then it's not correct, and then people get counted twice, and that happens quite frequently. There's a bit of the beach areas. Look at this. That poor home on the stilts there. You see that? That home got washed out into the street. Look at that. That home there with the wooden stilts. It was normally up very high. Got washed out from underneath it. Those poor people. There you go. That's really sad. They're saying Hurricane Milton did make landfall as a Cat 3. 14 people have been confirmed dead in the storm's aftermath. Oh, thanks, guys. I'll be back in 1 second. 1 second. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. They had a delivery for Mrs. Ping. She bought a bag for the wedding. So there we go. Well, we'll see. Yeah, Siesta Key. So they were lucky though. The people in Tampa, it could have been so much worse if that storm went on the original track. It would have pushed all that surge up through Tampa's Bay. The fact that it came a little bit south meant just coastline. That doesn't help the people who live in these counties like Sarasota, Siesta Key, that type of thing. But it did help Tampa Bay because it means you didn't get that giant surge of water come through the bay, condense because it's being funneled through a smaller area, and then amplify as it hits the shore. So very lucky if you want to find a silver lining. All right, let's get out of this and we'll get into true crime for the night. I'm going to load a true crime one. Hold on a second. Pretty awful to hear of that story we did earlier about that woman who killed her mom, dismembered her, and then put her in the backyard, took some of her body parts, and cooked them in the oven. That is just... I need more information about that, and I need an autopsy. I need to find out what the cause of death was, and why on earth that woman decided to put her in the freaking backyard. Very bizarre. All right. So we spoke about this one earlier. We did Garth Brooks. We did a little bit about him, Mr. Country Music. We did Milton. Yup. Let's see what else is on my list of crimes for you. No, I don't want to do Diddy. Oh, right. Yeah. We've been concentrating on Milton for so long. I have a story out of Texas I was supposed to bring you like 3 days ago. There was a woman that's missing from, is it Olmos Park? In Texas. Let's go to KSAT. Her name is... her last name is Simpson. Yeah, Suzanne Clark Simpson's been missing since October 6th. Her husband, Brad Simpson, is facing charges unrelated to her disappearance. Whatever that means. Let's watch this video.
On the case of a missing woman from Olmos Park.
Yeah, just about 30 minutes ago, investigators released a new image of Suzanne Simpson from the night that she was last seen.
Our John Paul Barajas joins us live from Olmos Park, not far from the Simpson home. John Paul, we did get some more details in this afternoon news conference.
Steve, Myra, that's right. He called us here for a press conference around 4:15, the Olmos Park police chief, but no significant breakthrough and very minimal details. The biggest thing he wanted to show us was this picture of Suzanne Clark Simpson. It's kind of blurry. If we can get a full screen up that way, that viewers at home can get a better look at it, even though it is blurry. You can see the black dress that she is wearing. This is a photo taken from the Argyle. That's a private club in Alamo Heights that she was attending the last time she was seen, before there was reports of altercations between Suzanne and her husband, Brad. Again, you can see the black dress and the heels. This is the only new piece of evidence that they gave us. And back out here, I asked him about the lack of scene or the lack of activity that was going on. And he committed to us that that was because they had limited resources and they were using other personnel to execute search warrants at other properties in the Simpsons' home. He told us that they have been inside the Simpsons' home, but he wouldn't disclose what, if anything, was found. When he talked about other properties, we asked him, is Brad's ranch in Kendall County, where he was arrested, is that one of the properties that you were looking at? He doubled down on his remarks, saying they are searching other properties, and that's all the details he would give us at this time. That is the latest information we have. Steve, Myra?
Thank you, John Paul. Just to clarify, the husband's property and where he apparently went after his wife disappeared is in Bandera County, not Kendall County. He was arrested, though, in Kendall County. And Brad Simpson, accused of assaulting his wife at this hour. Again, Suzanne Chase Simpson has been missing for 4 days, but her husband is back in Bexar County.
Yeah, Brad Simpson was transferred to the Bexar County Jail this afternoon from Kendall County, where he has been in custody since early Tuesday morning.
Yeah, again, it's Suzanne Clark Simpson. I've misspoken, said Chase, Suzanne Clark Simpson. Also this afternoon, we heard from the mother of Brad Simpson, who said the family's devastated and in total disbelief. She said, quote, "What I want people to know is that our only concern right now is our children and our grandchildren, their happiness and their safety," end quote. She also told us she wishes for her daughter-in-law to come home safe.
So what new information can you share with us?
So Sunday night between 10 and 11 approximately, there was a disturbance at a club. It's called the Argyle Club in Alamo Heights between Brad Simpson and his wife, Suzanne Simpson. They've been married approximately 22 years to the best of our knowledge, have 4 children. They live here in Almos Park. At that time, we didn't get notified of that disturbance or anything unusual until 24 hours later when it was reported to us by Mr. Simpson that she was missing. So at that point, we handled it like a missing person. Facts were developed pursuant to that and speaking with Mr. Simpson and then other people that were calling in to give us information. Facts seemed to indicate that it was possible that it got physical and there was an altercation. Here in Almos Park later on, the evidence that was obtained by us and some other eyewitnesses seemed to indicate that it got physical here in Almos Park. So I made an appointment to schedule an appointment with Mr. Simpson, and he didn't keep that appointment, so he's been uncooperative with that. We have searched for Suzanne. We don't know where she is. We'd love to find her. We don't know if she's somewhere hiding away or someplace that her family doesn't know where she's at. She hasn't been to work. So obviously we're very concerned. Many people came out to help us search for her. And still, we haven't found her. We did develop enough information to obtain a warrant with the assistance of the Texas Rangers, actually 2 warrants. One was for assault, family violence, and the other one was for unlawful restraint. So in the early morning hours, about 1:30 a.m., we arrested Mr. Simpson. And we had support. This was not in Bexar County. This was actually in Kendall County. And it was for those 2 warrants that were approved by the Bexar County Magistrate. Other than that, we are continuing this.
Sounds to me like these charges here, assault causing bodily injury and unlawful restraint, these are holding charges until they can charge him with whatever he did to his wife. They just want to keep him in jail until they can develop the rest of the case and possibly find her. That's what they'd like to do. Hey, James, good to see you. Hug says, Almos Park is one of the wealthy towns within San Antonio. Thank you. My other resident Texan is not here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This almost seems open and shut. I'd love to see him try say, well, you know, I did do these things to her. Then I left her after being at the club. And then a serial killer just happened to be in the same area and took my wife. Like, I don't think so, buddy. I don't think anyone will believe you. All right. So here they say law enforcement is still looking for a missing mom. They say the outpouring of love and concern for Susan Simpson and her 4 children are all over social media. They say she has deep ties to San Antonio, especially the Alamo Heights and Almos Park area. They say her work is at Nick's Realty Company, and they reached out to the paper on Thursday morning to share the statement on her disappearance. Bro, we don't want to hear from you no more. Be quiet. Her video was playing in the background. It says here, the statement from her work says, Susan is a beloved mother, sister, friend, and professional realtor. Contact her if you want to sell your house. Her Nick's Realty family is devastated by her disappearance and the reports of physical violence towards her, along with so many others who love Suzanne. We will continue to pray for her. They say Barton Simpson, It's not funny, Ping, but it always reminds me of that episode of The Simpsons when they're like, we need more bought license plates. We've run out of bought license plates. Barton Simpson, the brother-in-law of Susan Simpson, posted a statement on Facebook about her disappearance. They said, our family is devastated by the disappearance of our beloved Susan. We are doing everything we can to fully cooperate with law enforcement, and our first priority is to find her and bring her home. Our second priority is to surround her children with love and ensure that they are protected during this incredibly difficult time. We are desperately seeking answers and pleading for anyone with information to come forward. We greatly appreciate the public's outcry and support, and we are aligned in wanting answers and resolution. We ask the public to respect our privacy, but we also deeply appreciate the outpouring of support. Anyone with information is urged to contact the Olmos Park Police Department. Your help could make all the difference. Thank you. They also say here, what we know so far, Susan was last seen on October 6th fighting with her husband at their home. According to an arrest warrant or an arrest report, Simpson's husband, Brad, 53, was arrested early Wednesday morning traveling along I-10 in Kendall County. They say the PD won't say what evidence they've collected so far, but the police chief did say in his experience something doesn't feel right about this very involved mum not being able to contact her 4 children, her workplace, or other community members. The arrest affidavit says the couple was initially seen arguing at Argyle in Almo Heights. It's an exclusive members-only club. According to the arrest report, later that evening, a neighbor heard the couple arguing and physically fighting outside their home. A neighbor states he heard 2 to 3 screams from a wooden, brushy area east of the house. They say the chief says investigators found 2 pieces of evidence there, but did not say what was found. Many of the people are telling us that there had been tension in the family. More than 24 hours after she disappeared, her husband Brad was arrested in Kendall County. The chief says Simpson has been uncooperative with police. And the chief says this is surely foul play. The more time passes, the more we believe foul play was involved. Brad Simpson was in Kendall County Jail but was being transported to Bexar County Jail by DPS and is currently going through the booking process, according to authorities. I don't believe she's alive, unfortunately. As sad as that is, I think if she was alive, they would have found her by now. It says here, her husband did have a very high bond set upon his arrest. They really don't want him getting out. What bond did he get? Let's see. Didn't they say? Yeah. Brad had a very... Hold on a second. So the article says very high bond set, but we're not going to tell you what it is. All right, here, I'll find it. How much did he get bonded for? Where is it? Brad, I'll just look it up. Brad Simpson. Okay, he was booked on a $1 million bond on each of the charges, resulting in a total bond of $2 million. He ain't getting out nowhere. Ain't no one going to take that bond. They say Brad Simpson, Susan Simpson's husband, was arrested early Wednesday on charges of assault causing bodily injury / family violence and unlawful restraint. He was booked on $1 million on each charge, taken to Bexar County Jail on Thursday. Status of his bond is unknown as of 5 p.m. Thursday. This is their car. They're asking for any tips or if you saw it around or driving anywhere. They'd like to know. Maybe he put his wife in the back. The license plate is... What is it, Ping? I don't know. No, it's down here. It is MWD 7050. It's a 2019 GMC AT4 pickup truck. So if you've seen it anywhere between the mornings of October 7 to 11 p.m. on October 8, you should call the police department on 210-822-2000, and that's what they're asking the public to do. There's that. Let me get a bigger photo of that truck. There we go. There's a enlarged photo. Enlarge. There you go. Of his truck. Have you seen that driving around the place? Hey, Legal. Legal Hunting says, I'm in Austin, Texas. I hadn't heard about this yet. Thanks for covering it. Thank you. Where'd my friend go? Did her internet die again? Hella, did your internet die? Yeah, unfortunately, I think she's not alive. The husband's in jail right now. He's in jail. Yeah, I think unfortunately he's done something to her. There's no way they would have arrested him based on 2 bits of evidence they found behind their home if it didn't look like those items were like a risk to her life, and something that could indicate that she's not well or something. Hey, Hug, good to see you. Oh, I was actually talking about Hella, but this is Hella. But thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know. Let's play the video up here. Does this have anything new about her? If it'll play. Come on.
As police in Olmos Park put in long hours searching for 51-year-old Suzanne Simpson, those who know her have been dealing with the struggle of their own, working to keep the faith.
We just keep hoping that she's somewhere safe or is still alive, and we want to find her.
Heather Affleck and Camille Mandigo say they're 2 of Simpson's closest friends. Ever since hearing Monday night that the mother of 4 disappeared, they've barely slept a wink.
Everybody loves Suzanne. She's like the kindest, sweetest person.
Affleck has known Simpson, who she named as godmother to her son, for more than 2 decades. The friends are trying not to entertain the idea that something bad could have happened to her. A crime scene like this is rare in this neighborhood, but friends of Suzanne Simpson say what's even more unusual is that she would disappear in the first place. They say she would never leave her children behind.
She's a wonderful mom. And we're worried. We don't know where she is.
They also don't know what to do except pray. The women were among a group of people who showed up at daylight, hoping to take part in the search for Simpson. But police sent them all away, saying they were not prepared for volunteers to help. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Interesting. Interesting that they're not willing to have people search. That normally tells me that they have a feeling they know where she is, or they know what happened to her, and they don't want a citizen or family member coming across a body. It's really sad. She's been missing since the 4th. It is now the 10th or 11th, depending on where you are. She's been missing for almost a week, 6 days. Very, very horrible. This is from their family. They say the family is devastated. I agree. You would be very sad to lose a loving mum like her. I just want to see if there was an update in the last couple of hours. No, but I can tell you that more than 100 tips have come in the last day since a call for information was put out from the police department. According to San Antonio report.com or .org, they've had 100 tips come in through the tip line related to Suzanne alone. That is good news. I like that. And it says more than 48 hours after she was reported missing, the search for Suzanne continues, and police are working on piecing together where she might be, as more than 100 tips have come in. On Thursday, the Texas Department of Public Safety released a photo capture from a surveillance video at the Argyle showing Simpson in a black dress on Sunday. They say we want everyone to see and check that photo and see if they've seen this lady or not. We still have not heard from her and we don't know where she is. This is that photo right there. Let me see if I can make that, blow that up. Hold on. There's that screen grab. This is the last confirmed sighting of her being alive. I know, too many Suzannes, right? We've had a lot of Suzannes be unfortunately hurt. This is in Texas, my friend. In Texas, in Olmos Park, if I'm pronouncing that right. And where is Olmos Park? Apparently, this is a very rich area, according to one of our lovely viewers. Let's see. I don't even know. Oh, okay. It's not too far from the San Antonio Zoo. We all know where that is. Okay, so apparently this is the area here outlined in red, and this is Alamo Heights here. So these are the two areas there. This is where the club was over on this side on Alamo Heights. This is where their family home is here in this area. Don't have a street address for them though, which that's fine. They're allowed to have their privacy. Where is their street? Maybe we can find the street, but not their number. Let me just have a look. Street. Oh, off East Almos Drive. Let's have a look. East Almos Drive. No, not in Australia. Okay, let's have a look. So where is... Okay, that doesn't help me. Thank you. Oh, this is East Almos Drive, but did they say that? Yes. How do you live off this street? Unless you live in a factory. How does that work? Here, I'll show you what I'm saying. Unless you live in a Pepsi beverages factory, how do you live off East Almos Street? Or East Almos Boulevard? What did she live off? Oh, no, she's East Almos Drive. Intersections of East Almos Drive and East Contour Drive. Okay. No. It's not being my friend today. Come on. All right. Thank you for that. It's being my friend again now. And what was the other one? East Condor. Okay. So like right here, maybe? That looks like 525. That looks like the home, the picture I've seen. Hold on a sec, ladies and gents. Let me get rid of that one. In the 500 block, that's all it tells me. Near Shook Avenue. All right, near Shook Avenue, hey? Okay, near Shook Avenue. So Shook Avenue and East, so somewhere here. Either this house, or this house, or 525. It says between here and here. So I don't know which one it is, but some very nice houses here, right? So which one, if we go to the report of her, it's a white house. It's a white house. That helps ping. Is it that one? Yes, it is that one. Okay, it's this one. This is their home here. Well, apparently. It's a very interesting looking home. There you go. It's 500. Or if it's not, this is the address they're showing and the photo they're showing on the news. So thank you for that. So is DPS and Texas Rangers on the case? No, I think it's just the 2 PDs that are working on it right now, as far as I know. Maybe Equisearch will come in and help at some point. Yeah, that is definitely their home. I can see a aerial shot of it with police cars out the front. Let me show you. So you can see this photo here in the middle. That definitely looks like her. And that definitely looks like that home. All right. Well, we're going to keep in touch with this one, I promise. Tomorrow when we're on the show, we're going to do this one a lot more. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, sorry. We got some building work still happening around here. So it's very annoying when they start the compressor. All right, I think that's about it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I think I'm going to get out of here for today. But we'll do more. We will do more hurricane stuff tomorrow, but tomorrow you can expect a return to our normal shows of true crime and less weather. Although we will check in on Milton. I really want to check in on that house that had the straps over it. I want to see how they did and if they're okay. I want to see if they're doing okay. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. We're going to concentrate on this particular case, Susan missing out of Texas. I really want to do more on this tomorrow and find out if they're going to give us an update in the morning. I hope so. But they're saying that for people asking what search and rescue organization, it's the Alamo Search and Rescue Team. They're the ones looking for her right now. The other PD seems to be doing the investigative part, which is the Almos one with Chief Fidel I'm gonna butcher his name. Is it Villegas? Fidel Villegas? That their police chief. So he's the one who's doing all the press conferences. But hey, that report from neighbors hearing screams and then weird noises in the bushland behind their home. Not good. I will. Hey C Taylor, good to see you. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, okay? Hey, I love you all. See you then. Good night.